So let's get started. So we're going to make this quilt card today. I saw this done from, I think her name is, I don't remember, the Pampered Stamper, I think. And I saw her do it, and she didn't really give instructions, or, hi, Yvonne, thanks for joining. She didn't really give instructions, so I kind of had to figure it out myself. But I did. Hi, Diane. Thank you. I love it, too. It's really pretty. And I made more, but I'm going to show you how to make this. And then I have another little tip for the Stampin' Positioner. So this card is made using the True Blue. Hi, Sunny here. Oh, of course. You always get it, Diane. So this is using the True Blue Florals, which is one of the product. It was the December product of the month. And they actually still have it. You can still order it with a $75 order. It's beautiful, beautiful paper. And so I decided to use that. And then, of course, I made some other ones. So anyway, I will start with the measurements. So we have Night of Navy, which is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And you don't have to really write these down because I will have them below, and then I will have it on my blog later in the day. And then a basic white piece, which is 5 1/4 by 4, and I have embossed it with the beautiful Patterns 3D embossing folder. This is the embossing folder that I used, and I think that's very quilty looking. So I love that. So this again is the beautiful Patterns 3D embossing folder, basic white 5 1/4 by 4. And then we have a piece of Night of Navy that is 3.5 by 3.5. I'm here. Let me see, maybe my phone went off. No? Are you all, am I here? Do you see me? Somebody respond. I don't want to go on if it's not working. Diane, both Dianes, do you see me? Oh, okay. Rebecca, it must be hers. It must be something with Rebecca's, on Rebecca's end. Try coming out and going back. Going out and coming back. So we have Night of Navy. I'll just go on and then hopefully she'll get it fixed. Night of Navy 3.5 by 3.5. And then 2 pieces. Okay, great. Okay. 2 pieces of the True Blue Florals, 2 different pieces, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So I've got 2 different pieces of the True Blue Floral. And then a piece of Balmy Blue, which is cut with the largest Stylish Shapes dies. No, the second from the largest Stylish Shapes dies. And it measures, we can see you, Rebecca, can you not see us? Which is about 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. I can see you. I can see everything. And then a piece of basic white, which is second to the smallest die of the Stylish Shapes. And then Night of Navy, which is the smallest die of the Stylish Shapes. So we'll get started first by folding and burnishing our Night of Navy card base. And then I'm going to add the basic white that is embossed with the beautiful Patterns embossing folder. I got a little backing there. Get rid of that. Of course, it'll stick to my finger. So this goes on the front. And then the Night of Navy 3.5 by 3.5 will go, no action, just the card and the bottle of glue. Huh. Rebecca, try going out and coming back in. Maybe that will reset it. I'll wait for just a second. Can you do that? Just leave and come back. So this is the Night of Navy, and it's going on the front of the card. I'm live, and everybody else can see me but you. So this goes here. So that goes there. I'll wait just a second to see if Rebecca can get back on. That's really strange. So I'm going to fold these two pieces of the True Blue Florals. I'm going to fold them into a triangle. Oh, great. Great, Rebecca. So I'm folding these two. So we started with the base, put the basic white, and then the navy blue 3.5 by 3.5. And then I'm going to measure, so a half of 3.5 is 1 3/4. So I'm going to measure 1 3/4 and make just a little dot so I know where these triangle pieces will go. So 1 3/4, and I'm making just a little dot there, and I'll cover that up so it won't be seen. And then we're going to fold over this one. And again, I'm going to burnish that really well. Now I'm going to put these two pieces right here, and I'm going to butt them up together at that dot. So those are going to go right here. Oh shoot, I forgot to do one thing. Okay, I shouldn't have put this on first. Sorry, I shouldn't have done that because I need to attach the little pieces. Always something, huh? So I'm going to put this here because it's got glue on it. I'll put this here and work on that. So now I'm going to add some I could use glue, which would work good, but I'm not a glue person, as you all know. I always make a mess of it. So I'm going to add some seal to the back of these. That's great, Rebecca. I'm glad it just reset itself. So now I'm going to add these two pieces, and I made a little dot at 1 3/4, which is half of 3.5, and I want those to be butted up right together on that little dot, and then right at the top. So that goes there, and that goes there. That's pretty, just like it is. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the Balmy Blue, and this is cut with the second from largest stylish shape dies, and it's about 2 3/8 by 2 3/8. So I'm going to put that right there. So I'll add some seal to the back, and it just barely, you can just see where it just kind of barely hits the edge. So put those there, and then I'm going to take the top layer of this piece and the top layer of this piece and fold them back over, just like that. Now I'm going to add, this is where I add a little dot of glue. So I'm going to add just a tiny bit of glue so it'll stay down. Nope, I don't want to do that yet. Sorry. I'm going to take that off. That's why I get glue all over me. So the next piece is the white, and I'm going to put the white on the angle inside here. That's why I had to wait to put that on. So we'll add some glue, and this is the second to the smallest of the stylish shapes dies. And that goes there. And then I'm going to add a little tiny bit of glue on each side and fold those down. And just hold them there for a couple of seconds and they'll be down. And then the next thing is I have the smallest square of the stylish shapes. Okay, I didn't hold that long enough. And then this will go here, right there. So we'll add a little bit of seal. And right there. Okay, then because I took that off, this has some glue on it, and I want to just bring those corners over so they don't show on the front of the card. I'm always getting stuff on. Oh, there it is. So then I'm using the Fabulous Sayings, and this is the January product of the month. And are you all aware that there's no celebration this year? The last 2 or 3 years it hasn't been popular, so they decided to do away with it and do the product of the month. So for every $75 you spend, you get to choose the product of the month for $5. This is January's. The True Blue Florals that I'm using today was December's, and then February's is forgot the name of it. Anyway, I do have it on my blog. If you want to go look at it, it's a really pretty designer series paper. So this will go here, and then I used that stamp set, the Fabulous Sayings, and I'm going to put this right down here. I'm just going to tuck it right under those ends. I should have probably put that on first, right like that. I need to add a little bit of seal on it, and it says Sending Love. You could even make this a Valentine's card. Let's center that. Sending Love. And then we have Hooray for the centerpiece. Isn't that cute? So I'll add a little bit of, maybe I'll put that on. Hi, Zoe. I know, isn't it beautiful? Good to see you. Zoe is from England, the United Kingdom. It's so good to see you on here. Thank you for joining me. I got this from a lady, see, where's she from? Netherlands, I think. Pampered Stamper, I think she's called. I always think of Pampered Chef. So here's one more, and I added some mini glue dots here, and then this will go across the front. Hooray! Isn't that clever? I just think this is the neatest. I love quilts myself. I don't sew though. So now I'm going to add that to the front of the Night of Navy. And you know what? I forgot to put the center, the inside piece. I'll show you what I used. I cut a piece of the True Blue Florals and added it along the bottom. So I will do this with this card. And if you share this, I will send this card to someone. So here it is. I mean, how quick and easy is that? It takes longer to cut it than it does to make it. But I love the fact that I used the beautiful pattern, which looks like a quilt. So there's the card. How easy is that? And then I had to make some more, you know. So I've got that one. And then I used the Brushed with Beauty Designer Series paper for this one. And Calypso Coral is one of the colors, so I used the Calypso Coral on that one. Thank you, Yvonne. And then this one is a sneak peek. You can buy the Brush with Beauty, but this is Delicate Dreams. And I just love this paper. I'm going to be using a lot more. And this won't be available to purchase until March, but it also has the Daisy 3D embossing folder behind it. I think it's so pretty. I love that one. And then this one is using the sneak peek, another sneak peek Garden Poetry designer series paper. And it comes in all different colors. It's the same design, but it's all different colors. I think it's just absolutely stunning. And this is another new 3D embossing folder, and I don't remember the name of it. It's Leaves. It's really pretty. And then I had to make another Valentine. So I did this one. I made it a little bit bigger. And this is a 5.5 by 5.5 card. And I used Bubble Bath, and then I used the Made with Love designer series paper. And the Hugs and Kisses from, I think that's Valentine. I don't remember the name. Valentine something? Is that the one with the bears? I don't remember the name of it. Somebody will remember. So anyway, I had fun making that one. So that might have to be for my husband. Shh. Anyway, here are the cards. This is the one we made today. And then there are the cards. So, thank you, Lori. It was fun. I really had fun. And it takes longer, like I said, to cut it than it does to make it. It's really, really easy, and it's not even hard to cut. So I will put the measurements below below the live, the Facebook Live. And then I also, every time I do that, I also put it on my blog. So if you haven't gone to my blog is jansstampingcreations.com. And I always put those up the same afternoon, and I put the video up as well. I transfer it to YouTube because it will only stay for 30 days on Facebook. And so I do send it to YouTube. So that's those. And then I wanted to add one. Last week I did I got on here and showed you the Stampin' Positioner. And I had to wait for a stamp set to come back. And when it did, then I wanted to make this fun, show you one more technique. So I remember me telling you about these two little things, and then there's a V up here. So I'm going to take a piece of cardstock that is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and I'm going to stick it in. I'm going to make a wreath. So I'm going to stick that in there, and I'm going to put my magnets on. And then I'm using the Lifetime of Love stamp set, and I'm going to use this little leaf right here. So I'm going to put it on, and I've got that right up in that V. This is where I need to take my glasses off. I have a real hard time seeing things close up. So we'll put that there, and then I'm going to add this right here. And I am going to use the large plate because it's just a tiny bit too, and this is actually one of the cling stamps. So yes, you can use red rubber with it. And I'm going to put that there. Just line it up right there. And then I'm going to press down, lift up, and I'm going to use Old Olive because it's leaves. Thank you, Yvonne, for sharing. So I'm going to ink up my stamp and then press it. Oh, I don't think I got a really good. Okay, that's better. And I'm going to lay that over. And then you just have to very delicately, it doesn't take much, press it down. And now I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to turn it 90 degrees and put it right back in that same position. And then I'm going to, again, ink up my leaf. Press it down. Just like that. And then take these off, turn it another 1/4 of a turn, 90 degrees, right back into that same place. Ink up my stamp. I'm really excited about this. And you know, you can get this free if you sign up to be a demonstrator for the month of February and until March 2nd. So if you're at all interested in signing up, let me know and I'll help you do it. And then this goes here again, and we're gonna ink it up again. And now I've got my wreath. Isn't that cool? I love it. So now I'm going to use thanks and put that in the center. So I'm going to turn this so that I can see what I'm doing, and I'm going to put the stamp, the thanks stamp, right in here, right in the center. You could put any, you could even make it bigger and have a bigger saying, like a wedding saying or something. Now I'm going to put this down, and don't forget that the Stampin' Up! Logo goes at the bottom, and there's holes right here. Right here, you put that's where you put the pegs over. So I'm gonna put that down. Go put it down. Make sure it's even there, and then I'm gonna ink up my stamp. And now I'm gonna put it back on and stamp the thanks. So now I have my focal point for the front of my card, and here is the card. I made it really fast. So here's the card I made. And this is using the Nature Symphony, Nature's Path or something, designer series paper, real quick and easy card, some ribbon and some, and I could have colored in these leaves. I might do that on that one just to give it a little different look. So anyway, I thought I would share that this morning, and as I go along and as I learn more things, then I will share them with you, because I just love to share this new Stampin' Positioner. And like I said, if you are interested in joining, you don't have to do anything. You get a 20% and up to 25% discount. You don't have to have classes. You can be your own best customer, and be a part of the Stampin' Up! Community, which is so fun. And I don't think I ever would have stayed without all of the lovely people. One of them is Zoe, who just jumped on. I don't know if she's still on, but when I was very sick in 2017, I kind of was having a pity party, and I said, I can't do anything right now. And this lovely lady from the UK sent me some of the new products, and I was just bowled over. That was just so kind of her. Anyway, so thank you, Zoe. I still appreciate that. And I hope you have enjoyed this, and I hope you have a great day, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. Check back later for the measurements.